Tebow can hit a home run in spring training, I'm pretty sure that most of us watching right now can also sign up for a big league team tomorrow and try and make the team. But what's going on, guys? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another Major League Baseball recap / news update video. A lot to get into today. Gerrit Cole is defending, I don't even know if you can call it defending the Astros, but he at least broke his silence and he talked about what happened. We also have Luis Severino with some injury concerns, and also just really, I feel bad for Yankees fans. We'll talk about that. Anthony Rendon made his debut for the Angels, and also Chris Davis of the Baltimore Orioles is starting off on fire. Is he going to have a bounce back season? We're going to talk about all that. Make sure you guys watch all the way until the end. If you're going to any spring training games, use code Fuzzy on SeatGeek to save 20 bucks off. And without further ado, let's start talking about Gerrit Cole and him talking about the Houston Astros. So because you guys have been so great to me as of late, I think we have 3 consecutive videos with 100,000 views. So first of all, I want to say thank you all so much. I'm not going to dilly-dally. I'm not going to waste any time. We're going to go ahead and deep dive into what Gerrit Cole said about his former team, the Astros. So the first quote that we have is, I think they are going to play really hard and well this year. So I don't even really know what he meant by that first line. I think they are going to play really hard and well this year. Okay, so now that I have proper comprehension skills, I promise you I did well in the SAT. What he's saying is that they're going to play really hard and well. So those are the 2 different adjectives. So they're going to play hard and they're going to do really good. Hopefully they do that. Maybe they can quiet down a little bit, proving this will be a fresh slate for them. So all that Gerrit Cole says in the first quote is that he believes his former team is going to be a really good team. They're going to play really hard. They almost have a chip on their shoulder. You could see it on Carlos Correa's face. He is almost offended that we're offended as a baseball community. He is on the defensive. He says that he doesn't hear the boos in the crowd, which I guess is both good and bad. He's confident and he's not letting the hate get to him, which I guess is what you need to be a professional player. So good on him, and that's probably what Gerrit Cole is saying, and they're going to try and get a fresh slate. If they play really good baseball this year, and if they make it to the postseason, maybe the World Series, I think they might be viewed a little bit differently going forward, but that 2017 squad is always going to be tainted. And also, this next one, I don't really see where he's coming from. Gerrit Cole says, I'm telling you, we played fair and square last year. I didn't see anything in 2018 either. Well, let's go ahead and talk about the last line first. I didn't see anything in 2018 either. Well, you might have not seen anything, but 2018 was the year of the Harry Potter scandal, the dark arts and the code breaking that was going on from the top down all the way to the players. So don't say that you didn't see anything. I mean, don't say that. Just because you didn't see anything doesn't mean nothing happened. It's like, I mean, if you've never seen $1 million, does it not exist? So I don't understand where Gerrit Cole is coming from that angle. And also he says that they played fair and square in 2019. So no cheating happened in 2019 in regards to a buzzer. So Jose Altuve did not wear a buzzer according to Gerrit Cole because, of course, he hit that home run against Aroldis Chapman last season. And then they played the Nationals and lost. So thank God for the Washington Nationals, because if the Astros won, I mean, this whole thing, this whole situation is completely just blown out of proportion. And then people are saying, well, the Astros won fair and square in 2019. They didn't even need to cheat. So maybe it's looked at differently. So again, baseball gods, thank you for letting the Nationals win. And then the final quote from Gerrit Cole, let's go ahead and read that right now. Everybody is entitled to their own opinion. You don't say. It's their own opinion. People handle this the way they want to handle it. We're all grown guys around here. I'm certainly not going to tell anyone how to think. I'm personally not offended about it, but I'm sure that forgiveness is something that some people will even talk about right now. So yes, I agree with Gerrit Cole that forgiveness is something that we do have to talk about. Is it going to be earned? Do you think that the Astros are never going to be forgiven? Because if you think about it, Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens, they're not in the Hall of Fame because of what they did. They cheated and they used PEDs. People have said, people like Cody Bellinger, Chris Bryant, Pete Rose of all people have come out and stated publicly that using a camera in center field to know what pitch is coming is actually a better advantage than using steroids, because with steroids, you still have to guess what's the pattern of his fastball curveball mix. Am I going to get a slider? But the Astros, all they had to do was listen for 2 bangs about 90 feet to the right of them, and they were going to know if it was a curveball, a fastball, a slider. So Gerrit Cole, I think he hit the nail on the head in the last line by saying, we do have to talk about forgiveness, but I think that it's going to be something that we can all personally just deal with it on our own. They're men. They're going to take it in stride. As fans, we have to try and come up with our own opinion. And also, don't be sheep. Just because I say something about the Astros doesn't mean that you guys have to have the same opinion. So really use your own brain. You guys all have really smart thought processes, so go with that. I promise you, it's a whole lot better than just conforming to what other people think. Let me know in the comment section down below, what do you make of all of this news? I mean, it just every single day, it's almost crazy to think that news about the Astros is coming out. I thought we would have been done a month ago, but every single day, more and more stuff is on the agenda, and I like talking about it because, hey, it does well for the channel, so I'm not going to stop talking about it anytime soon. But now we're going to move on to Luis Severino. I feel so bad for him because he's honestly one of my top 10 favorite pitchers. I just love the way that he carries himself. He's so passionate about the game. He throws hard. He's got a devastating off-speed selection of pitches, and I just think that him not being on the Yankees is bad for baseball because he will be having Tommy John surgery. He will be out until 2021 and maybe even beyond. Man, this would have been so good for baseball to see the Yankees and the Dodgers potentially contend for a World Series title. Imagine Gerrit Cole starting against, Clayton Kershaw. And then in game 2, you have Walker Buehler versus Luis Severino. I think that would have been so awesome. But unfortunately, we are not going to see that. So prayers out to Luis Severino. Hope that he comes back healthy. Maybe he has an Adrian Peterson type story where Adrian Peterson, he tore his ACL and he was back in 6 months. So if that can happen, if the baseball gods allow it, I mean, the Tommy John is kind of different than an ACL, but hey, anything can happen. I'm praying for it. And also, Emmanuel Clase, the guy that the Indians traded for in the Corey Kluber trade. We got Delino DeShields and Emmanuel Clase. Well, Clase might be out for some time with some lat discomfort. He is going to get some x-rays, going to go get some MRIs, everything in between. And again, I'm praying to the baseball gods that both Luis Severino is going to come back healthy and Clase is not out for a good amount of time because we're going to need him. I mean, just to make me feel better about the fact that we traded Corey Kluber, who was dicing people up in spring training and practice right now. So, yeah, there's that. Real quick, I do want to give a shout out to a top prospect for the Blue Jays. His name is Nate Pearson, and one of the biggest reasons why I'm talking about this is because if you're going to draft your fantasy league anytime soon, if it's a dynasty league, go ahead and pick up Nate Pearson. This dude struck out the Yankees on 12 pitches. He struck out the side with 98-mile-an-hour fastballs, just absolute filth. So Nate Pearson, if you see him on the draft board, go ahead and get him because he's going to make the squad, I would say, in 2020. Maybe 2021 is going to be the latest, but honestly, this guy, he's got a cement fastball. He's got a devastating off-speed pitch. I love this dude.
Let it go to Rendon.
There goes Trout, and there's one that's lined into left. That's going to fall in for a hit. Trout was on the move, stopped when he got the second one on Albert, and he drills that one into center field. That's going to drive in one. It will likely drive in two. It will, and Albert comes through his first.
Anthony Rendon made his Angels debut yesterday, and my gosh, did he take full advantage of it. He was 2 for 2 with 2 base hits. And also Dylan Bundy, he made his debut. He had 4 strikeouts in 2 hitless innings. So if Anthony Rendon is Washington Nationals Anthony Rendon, and also with Mike Trout hitting behind him or even before him, he might even get better in terms of his stats. And if Dylan Bundy can produce like he was supposed to, because he started off on fire and then he really just fell off the map with the Orioles, if he can do his thing, and if Shohei Ohtani can get 10, 15 wins and strike out 150 guys, if you can get Julio Teheran to perform at a decent level, I think the Angels can push for a playoff spot. But please let me know in the comment section down below. If you're an Angels fan, are you confident? Do you think the A's and the Astros are going to hold you back? Because if we're being real, I think the Angels are going to try and go for a wild card spot. And that's their ceiling, if you're asking me. I did just talk about the Baltimore Orioles and the fact that Dylan Bundy used to play for them. One guy that is still just grinding his butt off in Baltimore is Chris Davis. We all know that in 2019, he set the record for most consecutive at-bats without a hit. I think it was 56 or something crazy like that. It was insane. I felt so bad for him because you knew that people were starting to troll him. Even MLB was making tweets about him, and it just got really out of hand. He is starting off on fire this spring. He's 2 for 2 with a home run and a couple RBIs. And then also Miguel Cabrera, the only Miggy in baseball. If I see people calling Miguel Andujar Miggy, I'm going to have an issue. There's only one Miggy, and he's on fire as well. So if we can have bounce-back seasons from Chris Davis and Miguel Cabrera, that's all I can ask for. That's really all I want. I want these dudes to perform at a high level just as much as I want the Indians to win a World Series. I like Chris Davis. I like Miguel Cabrera. I think they're both good for the sport. And because their teams are so bad, if they can perform well, you're going to get butts in the seats. And baseball is going to do even better. So Come on, let's hope for the best for these two, huh? Guys, well, that is going to do it for today's video. Let's recap real quick what we talked about. Tim Tebow with his first big league home run. Gerrit Cole came out against the Astros, and I'm wondering what you guys make of that. Please let me know in the comment section down below. Luis Severino is out for 2020 with Tommy John. Nate Pearson is a stud. Rendon and everyone else that we talked about, they are raking to start spring training. So thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure you guys subscribe and leave a like. Remember, use code Fuzzy on SeatGeek to save $20 off. Spring training tickets can sometimes get a little bit expensive if you're going to multiple games, so save yourself $20. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.